Okay, folks, we've been preaching since day one that the best way to work with your Hermes agent is to feed them the official documentation or even the LLM text version here. Feed it to your Hermes agent and save this as a knowledge base or a database or even in relevant context files. So they boot this up in every session. So that way, whatever workflow you want to set up with your Hermes agent, they can always refer to the official docs and set it up according to best practices. But there is a problem here. There's some limitations here with the official docs. It's very fragmented, and oftentimes it lacks real workflow setups, real workflow examples that you can draw inspiration from or even copy. You can check on X, you can check on Discord or any other social media platforms, but it is very fragmented. So what the community did was they built the Hermes Bible. In fact, we came across this yesterday. This was built by Luke, the dev, but anyone can submit their workflows here so that other people can copy or draw inspirations from. So it's not affiliated with the news research team, but it indexes their entire knowledge base and adds the production layer on top. So stuff that people are actually running today, you can draw your reference here in the Hermes Bible. So today in this video, we're going to walk through the Hermes Bible. We're going to talk about some of the sections that I find very helpful, and I'll show you exactly what to bookmark for your everyday work. Okay, so starting off with the hidden features, this is like a cheat sheet for power users. These are very useful commands and tips and tricks to use for your Hermes agent workflow from day to day. But what I notice is they lack they don't have the tmux trick. So the tmux basically keeps your session on 24/7 until you exit. So even if you're on VPS, if your internet got disconnected or maybe something got interrupted, your task will completely stop until until you interact with your Hermes agent. So what you can do is you can run tmux and then you cd into a particular project. So we have a project directory called AI Research, run Hermes. And when you see this colored bar here, it means your tmux session is on. So basically, even if I close this, right, I go back and type tmux A. So tmux A is just the recent tmux session. I can go back here. So I can close this window even mid-task or mid-prompt, and nothing ever gets interrupted. And what I can show you as well is if you have multiple tmux sessions. So I'll show you here. You can type tmux ls, and you'll see the tmux sessions that are currently active. So this one, the 3, this is the Hermes one that I showed you just now. This 01 is a Claude Code session that I have been running. So what you can do is go tmux attach -t 0. So whatever the number here is, attach, and it'll take you back to the tmux session. So this is very useful if you're running loops, if you have an agent running a task every 10 minutes or every 30 minutes, and you don't really need human in the loop. You can use the tmux and then just run /goal and give it a task for your Hermes agent and keep running it. Another page that can be very useful is the Hermes Desktop. If you're using the app, it's a full tour of the desktop app. It contains every tips and tricks that you need to know for running the Hermes desktop app. It also includes the remote backend connecting if you're running a VPS, because Hermes desktop app is local. If you have your Hermes agent on VPS, you need to connect it to a remote backend, which we in fact did a video guide on how to do that. You can check that one out. But any troubleshooting and useful tips, you can find it here. Now, the next one you'll get a lot of value from. This is the 15 levels of Hermes agent usage. You can find it under the flows page here. And this is sort of like a cheat sheet as well. It's like a complete roadmap of your mastery of Hermes agent. So level 0, level 1, these are your one-shot prompts, basic chat with memory. Level 2 introduces the apprentice model, so memory plus soul.md. Level 3 is commands and skills. Level 4 adds integration. Level 5 is orchestration with parallel sub-agents using MCPs. Level 6 is the builder tier. So scheduled and async tasks. This is the delegate tasks update that we talked about this morning, the V0.17 update. Level 7 is the agentic power users. So much more higher levels of async operations using /goal. So it's also another loops engineering use case that you can make use of. And it goes all the way up to level 14. And I find a lot of value from this because you can read this flow and know exactly where you are stuck. Most people are actually stuck at level 0 or level 1 because they never configure their context file properly. I wouldn't put too much emphasis on the sol.md file, but much more so for the agents.md and the user.md. Now, the /goal is one of the loop engineering use cases that you can use in Hermes Agent. This gets its own full guide, and you should be using this more often. This is the command that turns a chat into a structured task. The flow here covers every subcommand, how to write measurable goals, and the recommended workflows. There's also a companion flow with 21 copy-paste commands across 6 categories. So there's for research, lead generation, content, email, operations, and development as well. So if you're starting off with /goal, I recommend research first. This is the easiest that you can do. But before you go ahead and start a new session, make sure you start a new project directory. Okay, so it's very similar to the ones I've shown you since day one. Okay, just make a new folder in your VPS or on local machine and then cd into that project. You can even have tmux on, pair that with /goal, and you get yourself already a loop system that you can run. So you can try /goal. Instead of research 5 competitors, you can say research Claude Code or whatever, but give it a time as well. Let's say every 5 minutes, loop this one, and then give it a file to output as well as the markdowns, and if you're using LLM Wiki as well. And then you'll get a full output every 10 minute, 30 minute, but don't expect that the output would be 100% correct. So the thing about the loop engineering we find is that because it's churning out so much work, it sort of lacks the adversarial review loop, or like, QC, fact checking, all of that. You'll need another agent to verify that the work is in fact fact checked or quality checked. So that's one tip I would add here into the Hermes Bible. But out of these examples, I wouldn't use code refactoring for the case. Hermes Agent, just think of it as an extension of yourself. They're really good for easy mundane tasks that takes a lot of time if you were to do it yourself. But for actual code ones, you want to run them on coding harnesses like Claude Code or Kimi Code, Kilo Code, all of that. In fact, you can even set up a /goal to have your Hermes agent as an orchestrator to use Claude Code or Kimi Code or whatever code to run those coding projects. Now, if you're an advanced engineer, okay, this is where you're at pro level. It's also useful for beginners to get a reference of, okay, what do the actual power users look like? So this is the Jira pipeline. So it's an event-driven engineering. Intake agent watches for tickets. Then the coding agents writes the implementation. Review agent audits the code. The CI agent runs the pipeline. And you, as a human, would keep the merge authority for these PRs. And the architecture detail here that matters is Jira serves as the source of truth for team visible work, while Hermes internal Kanban handles agent-to-agent coordination. So the agents use the Kanban board to claim tasks, block on dependencies, and unblock each other. This flow includes the exact tool configuration, the model selection as well for each agent here, and the cost estimate, which is about, I think, $12 here, for each. Now, if you're doing a lot of research on X and you don't want to pay with API key, but you are paying for X Premium, you can copy this workflow where you give Hermes Agent Grok to search trending news on X, and it shows you the stack that you can go for to run these workflows. So it's very, very useful, very helpful if you rely a lot of your research on X. Now, more onto loops. There's a community member that recommends 8 loops that you can run inside Hermes Agent that can also compound their results over time. You can see that the foundation of most of these loops use /goal for those tasks. There's also self-improvement loop, curator loop, memory loop, Kanban dispatcher loop, compression loop, sub-agent loop for your Hermes agent. So what you can do is you can in fact feed this to your Hermes agent, ask them, what loops can I run for the task? But remember, you don't need to have every task running loops because that might be very redundant. But mostly for system checks, that's very useful. Or if you want a research note every 30 minutes or every hour, that's also another loop use case that you can run. But you need, that fact checking, verifying component as well for running those loops. But it's mostly for code heavy work that you'd need loops. Okay, so you can bookmark any of these flows and refer them and come back to them every time you need help for those workflows that you're running. So if you have a workflow that is working in production, you can submit it here as well and grow the knowledge base of the Hermes Bible. A lot of the power users are, in fact, looking at this, submitting the flow. So I expect maybe in the next few weeks, we're going to see an even more workflow examples that we can copy. All right, so if you find this video helpful, smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel to follow for more updates and guides. My name is Ron. Shana now.